The 30-year-old Chiteule. Young Barry, Supermac.
This is the principal contest of the evening, the final eliminator for the British Commonwealth featherweight title. 12 3-minute rounds of boxing. This contest was made at 9 stone between Chiteule of Zambia and Barry McGuigan from Clones. Ladies and gentlemen, both boys weighed in today. Chiteule weighed in at 9 stone, 12.5 pounds. Barry McGuigan weighed in at 9 stone even. Ladies and gentlemen, from Zambia, in the red corner and on my left, Chiteule.
30 years old, 35 fights. McGuigan will be 23 at the end of the month.
And your steward in charge is Mr. Bill Shearer. Your timekeeper, Nipperdan McKellar.
This is a 12-round fight, and it's a final eliminator for the featherweight championship of the Commonwealth, currently held by Azumah Nelsons of Ghana. This is McGuigan's biggest test to date. The man is experienced. He's been around many, many countries, Chiteule. And he will force the best out of McGuigan. And it's a fight McGuigan must win if he's to stay in the top world rankings.
Thank you, sir. Roll and water.
McGuigan, known as the Clones Cyclone. He comes from County Monaghan. And Chiteule, a former copper miner from Zambia. Chiteule, the name emblazoned down the side of his trunks. An unlikely name for a boxer. Won't be too much charm oozing from him tonight. Well, McGuigan has won his last 12 fights inside the distance. He's had 19 altogether. Lost just one early in his career. Funnily enough, the one he lost was to Peter Eubanks, and the referee that night was the same man who's in the ring tonight, Roland Dakin. And McGuigan is well aware of the task in front of him. He knows the man's experience, and he's not expecting any favours or any easy job. The punch to watch for with McGuigan is the left hook to the body. That's the one. Chiteule, quite well known in the United Kingdom. He first boxed in the UK in 1979. He's had 6 years as a professional, and he's boxed in 8 different countries, and he's lost only 4 times as a pro. And Chiteule's been stopped only twice in his professional career. They both come from very big families, these two, and in fact they're both one of 10 children. And Chiteule sneaking left hands into the young face of McGuigan. Finbar Patrick McGuigan, the full name. He'll be 23 on February the 28th. Some 7 years younger than the Zambian. Just a little reddening around the eyes of McGuigan, where the long left lead of the Zambian has found him. Nothing behind those punches of Chiteule's, but they're picking up points off the Irishman's face. Got a lot of reach, Chiteule. Knows how to use it. Been fighting in America recently. And clearly Chiteule sneaked the opening round. McGuigan, who really has had a dramatic professional career. 19 fights, just one defeat, and all this has come in under 3 years as a professional, and that followed a brilliant amateur career. He won Irish and Commonwealth Games titles. He won in Edmonton a gold medal in the Commonwealth Games in 1978. He was a bantamweight then. Now he's a featherweight, 9 stone, and he weighed in exactly 9 stone today. Chiteule came in at 8 stone, 12 and a half. One of his co-managers, Mickey Duff, leaning in through the ropes on the left. Mickey Duff, who now works out of the United States and flew in here at the weekend. And in this packed crowd tonight at the King's Hall, Belfast, Rinty Monaghan, the former world flyweight champion. Well, McGuigan clearly going to step the pace up a bit now, but still walking on to those left leads. He's going to have to be careful about that. And Chiteule is finding him disturbingly easy to hit. The Belfast crowd is certainly one of the most knowledgeable fight grounds in the world. And when they get behind their man, they really do give them support here. Chiteule is boxing very smoothly and very coolly, and just snaking that left hand out and finding McGuigan's face with it over and over again. McGuigan is still clearly feeling his way into this. This young man could certainly be Britain's best bet for a world title in the next year or so, if he keeps up the form he's been showing. But this is the one he must win. The final eliminator for the Commonwealth Championship, and certainly he needs to win it to keep himself highly ranked. He's currently ranked number 11 in the featherweights by the World Boxing Council. Chiteule proving elusive, slippery. This is McGuigan's first fight, of course, since he won the European title. He won it in this ring in November when he stopped the Italian in the 6th round. Valerio Nati stopped him with a very, very strong barrage of punches, and the Italian simply wilted away under them. But this Chiteule from Zambia has been around. And he's not making an easy target of himself. And McGuigan is having to work hard to get at him. But he is getting at him now. Almost a leisurely stroll by Chiteule back to his corner. Takes everything very calmly and easily. Charles Chiteule, the featherweight champion of Zambia, who in 1982 fought for the Commonwealth Featherweight Championship, and he was stopped in 10 rounds by the man who now holds that title, Azumah Nelsons of Ghana. Well, this was a moment in that previous round when McGuigan began to get to him, and he had to take a good left as Chiteule slipped his way out of that corner. Eddie Shaw, the trainer, facing McGuigan. Paddy Byrne putting the gum shield in, and Barney Eastwood, his manager, also leaning through the ropes. So round 3 coming up. Quiet start to what could be an explosive fight. And this Belfast crowd now beginning to urge McGuigan on. They want to see the real stuff from him. But he's got to go 12 rounds here if he goes the distance. It's a long way. And he must pace himself in case he has to go the 12. Not a lot of signs so far of the famous McGuigan left hook. Trying to prize the man open with the left jab. Chiteule weaving easily like an old campaigner, picking his punches, giving nothing away. Success for Chiteule will come when McGuigan really lands one of the haymakers, and we shall see then whether the Zambian can take it. He's only been stopped twice, and the crowd spotted and liked the look of the McGuigan left hook to the body. Chiteule will need to drop those elbows down and protect himself from that punch, otherwise he'll be in trouble. McGuigan ignoring these punches that are coming into his face from the left, and really now beginning to warm to the task. And this crowd warming to him. You really mustn't take too many like that. Wide open. Fatal in world class. He really must not expose himself like that. Leap in with the right and then step smartly away. And so this fight scheduled for 12 rounds now beginning really to settle down. They're getting into the groove, and in that round 1 or 2 really good punches thrown. You can see for yourself how the left hand of Chiteule is beginning to work its way into the face of McGuigan. In fact, he's got a rather nasty little mark underneath the left eye, and there's some swelling around the eye as well. So that could be a problem later on in a long fight like this. Well, there were moments in that last round when McGuigan just left himself wide open and allowed Chiteule to get right in at him with several punches. And really, if you're going into world class, you must not leave yourself open to good punches. So McGuigan marked about the right eye, coming up for the 4th, and knowing that he's got a real job on his hands. And the swelling on McGuigan's right eye is getting more and more noticeable by the second. He really better cover that up. If Chiteule finds that as a target, there could be serious trouble here for McGuigan. He really is a sleek and sneaky boxer, Chiteule. The old double hook there, one to the head which was covered, and then one to the body which wasn't. Chiteule licked his lips at that one. He didn't like it. Switching his attack very quickly and neatly from head to body. And he's keeping Chiteule off balance here and not allowing the Zambian to slip that left into the slot. Chiteule's best day is believed to be past, but you can never tell. Certainly setting McGuigan enough problems at this stage. And McGuigan really working that left hook in now. A hard punch on the nose. And McGuigan's nose beginning to look very red. For a man who's moving into the top 10, he's taking rather too many punches for my liking. And this crowd urging McGuigan on to such an extent that nobody heard the bell except, fortunately, the referee. And Chiteule again there showed how open McGuigan's defense can be at times, and that is disturbing. You really must not leave yourself totally exposed when you're moving up into world class. And that eye is giving the corner some cause for concern, and no wonder. So, a lot of problems still facing McGuigan, and this fight a very long way from over, believe me. Anything could happen. And this crowd know it. There's a tenseness in this audience, which you absolutely feel it all around you, because they don't quite know whether he's going to be able to handle this.
Second away, round 5.
Chiteule still wears this quiet look of confidence. A man who's boxed in 8 different countries, including the United States quite recently. Had several fights there. As a matter of fact, a year ago in Las Vegas, Chiteule suffered a very bad injury to the right eye. He was stopped from 4 rounds by a man called Carlos Bryant, and the cut needed 8 stitches. So there is a vulnerability there on Chiteule's right eye, if McGuigan can find it. Made to measure for the left hook. Chiteule is not looking quite so smooth now. He's beginning to feel the effect of these punches, and he's looking a little less happy. And the rhythm has gone from his boxing now. Much more ragged. And McGuigan now beginning to bob and weave much more effectively. The mouth split wide open, the gum shield showing, and absolute determination written all over McGuigan's face. Well, it's fortunate that Chiteule is not a big banger, because otherwise McGuigan would be in trouble in those little flurries. One low one there, hit him on the thigh. But he's keeping Chiteule off balance and setting up more attacks than Chiteule can handle. And there's a look of definite tiredness coming over the Zambian. The snap's gone from his punching. He really does seek a man out with those left hooks. He goes right digging deep down into the body. It's like turning a corkscrew in there. Well, that was McGuigan's best round so far. Dominated it completely. Just one or two counter flurries from this man. But he's not a big hitter. And that is certainly a good thing for McGuigan, because he would be in trouble if the man could really bang. But one has to say that maybe he knows that, and so he's prepared to take a few risks to get his own punches in, knowing that the man is not going to hurt him that much. Still that nasty-looking mark underneath the right eye, which just getting a little bit worse round by round. Some of the action again for you. And there were moments here when McGuigan really was digging that left hook home deep down to the body and scoring hard with it. Marked, but confident. He won the British title in his 15th professional fight.
Round 6.
McGuigan, as I was saying, won the British featherweight title in his 15th pro fight. He stopped Vernon Pembrose of Devon in 2 rounds, and just 4 fights later, he won the European title. And Chiteule, having had a minute's rest, comes out a little more lively. Real old battle of wits going on here between these two. McGuigan trying to find his way in without getting caught, ducking and weaving his way in, and still Chiteule able to find him. Well, this was always considered to be a pretty tough test for McGuigan, and it's proving to be just that. The man is experienced, Chiteule. He's taking punches well. McGuigan's dug his left hook into the body several times and hurt the man, but he's still standing there. And he's never looked like going down. And McGuigan complains about Chiteule's head, rightly enough. And it's in the second half of these rounds now that Chiteule quite noticeably slackens. again, that combination, the right and then the left into the body. And Chiteule switches to southpaw. And now back to orthodox again. He is ambidextrous. He's been seen to sign autographs here in Belfast with either hand, Chiteule. And he can box either way round in the ring. And a friendly little pat for each other as they break it off at the end of the 6th. We're halfway through the scheduled 12. And Chiteule a little bit behind, obviously, but still very much in there with a chance if McGuigan gets careless. Well, McGuigan complained about Chiteule's head here, and it certainly did get in the way a couple of times. But Roland Dakin saw the offence and had a quiet word with Chiteule. McGuigan seems to be quite a lively conversationalist in the corner. Some fighters never say anything, they just listen. But he seems to carry on a conversation. And now this Belfast crowd, this amazing crowd, beginning to set up the victory cheer.
Take it down. Round 7.
And again, Chiteule comes out fresh and anxious to attack. He takes a punch well, Chiteule. He's taken some of McGuigan's very best punches, and he's still strong. And this is proving to be a very stern examination of Barry McGuigan's world prospects. He hasn't had an easy moment in this fight. Every point has to be earned the hard way. And again, those hooks are taken into the body by Chiteule, and they're absorbed as though he's made of black rubber. Punches up to McGuigan. Crowd don't like that. How dare you say things like that to our man? McGuigan forcing the pace all the time, working hard, but never quite able to dominate this man. Three ripping good punches. There's no doubt at all that McGuigan positively enjoys the fight. And you can sense that there's a good deal of appreciation on either side here of their respective skill. The bell that time, and even Roland Dakin, the referee, didn't quite hear it. There's so much noise in this cauldron of an arena, the King's Hall in Belfast, where so many famous fights over the years have been held. And now the trainer of Chiteule, that's Gino Sparaducci, has had a word with Roland Dakin, the referee. Not quite sure what the complaint was about. Again, McGuigan always seeking his man with that left hook. 3 times there. And you can tell for yourself what a hard fight this is. And beginning to look as though it could well go all the way. Trying to get that mark down under the right eye.
Taking the ring. Round 8.
Well, McGuigan never had any illusions that this was going to be an easy fight, and he's been proved right. It just shows that when you start moving up in class and you meet good, experienced campaigners like Chiteule, that the punches that look destructive against lesser fighters suddenly don't appear to be quite so potent. Well, McGuigan has won himself a reputation in this city as the best fighter they've had for years. But he's certainly having to prove himself here tonight against the Zambian champion. And McGuigan's right eye looking a little worse now, and it's beginning to close. Now, if that eye does shut, he's going to have real problems because the perspective goes and judgment of distance becomes very, very difficult. And this resilient Zambian keeps on absorbing these hooks as though they're nothing. And McGuigan is certainly in trouble with that right eye. They haven't managed to keep the swelling down. It's getting worse and the eye's closing. He's got real problems. And the eye is almost shut now. The 8th round. A low one. That, I think, was what the corner were complaining to Dakin about in the previous interval. And still McGuigan comes battling forward with this handicap now of the closing right eye. And really time is becoming desperate for him. He needs to get this man out of the way. And he can't quite do it. Well, he really is in trouble with that eye. It's practically shut now, as you can see for yourself. The swelling getting worse by the moment. And he's having real problems seeing out of it. And suddenly this whole thing is looking rather desperate for him. It might be a race against time here. All the way through this round, that eye was beginning to close. Trying to keep the gloves up to protect it, at the same time trying to make his own attacks. Very difficult. Paddy Byrne working to get that swelling down.
Taking the ring. Round 9.
4 rounds still to go in this Commonwealth final eliminator. With McGuigan now desperately trying to keep his world ranking. And Chiteule, of course, seeing that eye, knowing that the man's got real problems, will be encouraged. He really does need to get rid of this man now. He's never looked like going down at any time. And now Belfast tries to rouse its man to fresh efforts. And Chiteule is gaining confidence again. And again, Chiteule complains the punch was low. The referee says nothing. And again, he takes one that looks on the borderline. And he's beginning to slow. Chiteule suddenly is having the wind knocked out of him. Round 9. Dakin looks closely into Chiteule's eyes. And suddenly, all the strength seemed to disappear from Chiteule after a few body punches, one of which was most certainly on the borderline. And again, the body punch hurts Chiteule. He hasn't quite wilted it, but he's on the verge of it. McGuigan squinting at him, blinking. He doubles these punches up beautifully. He's trying so hard to get rid of this man, and Chiteule won't go away. What a hard round that was. And there are one or two moments in that round when I did think Chiteule might be coming to the end of his tether. And I think Mickey Duff thought the same thing, and they're trying to bring new life to him. And Chiteule suddenly looks very, very weary to me. And there are still 3 rounds to go. Has he got the strength and the willpower now to keep it going? And in the other corner, McGuigan suffering with the eye. He did really try to work him over in this round. He was trying so hard to get rid of Chiteule. And this tough, courageous Zambian simply wouldn't be beaten. The referee's now having a close look at McGuigan's eye and having a chat to the corner as well. Might be a reminder about the low blows and checking on the eye at the same time. Mr. Dakin, of course, one of Britain's most experienced referees. Round 10. Fascinating fight. The McGuigan trying hard here to push himself further up the world rankings. And this man really testing him to the full and exposing a few weaknesses in McGuigan, particularly of defence. Again, it seemed to me that the left hand went in a bit low, and Chiteule again put his fist down there as though to complain. And if Chiteule is going to be stopped, it'll be the body punching that does it. Chiteule now getting more and more tired. Turning southpaw, back to orthodox, doesn't know which way to turn to stop the cyclone sweeping over him. And Chiteule is now very close to being stopped in the 10th round. Very little coming from him now, taking everything. Typical McGuigan barrage, and it is stopped. And McGuigan has won in the 10th round. What a hard battle that was. All the way he had to work for it. And he had that bad eye injury as well. None of it matters now. He's come through, and he certainly has kept his world ranking, and quite possibly will have improved it. And he wins that final eliminator for the Commonwealth Featherweight Championship. Double champion already, and possibly on his way to a third. Barry McGuigan, the hero of another thrilling Belfast fight night. And full marks to Charm Chiteule of Zambia for the courageous effort he put up in the face of these, at times, devastating attacks that Barry McGuigan put together. And this was the final assault that induced Roland Dakin in the end to call a halt, and rightly enough. Barry, congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much,
Now,
Harry.
you don't need me to tell you that was a hard one.
Oh, very difficult. Very, very crafty and very slippery, very difficult to hit clean, with clean punches. I felt as the fight wore on, he was starting to tire, but even though he tired, he was very difficult to hit, very slippery and very crafty, and you know, I haven't gone the full distance in a long, long time. That was the 10th round, isn't that right? 10th round. And the eye gave me a lot of trouble. He accidentally, I'm sure, thumbed me in the eye several times, but I complained to the referee. I'm sure it was an accident, and I don't hold anything against him. A very, very good fighter, very slippery and very difficult to hit. Marvellous.
You were right, you said before the fight you had no illusions about him. You knew it was going to be a tough one.
Certainly, I knew it wasn't going to be an easy fight. I knew that I was going to have to work hard, and I was just have to have patience, you know. It's a matter of having patience and keeping going when you would like to say, oh, flip it, forget it. But he's frustrating, and he was very difficult to hit. Without doubt, the best fighter I fought. Craftiest, quite a good puncher himself, and very cunning and crafty, and a good all-rounder.
Were you able to see out of that eye towards the end?
I wasn't able to see out of it since the 6th round.
That's right.
That's a fact.
And you think it was done with the thumb, was it?
It was definitely done with the thumb. I complained to the referee several times, but I'm sure, as I said before, it was accidental.
He had a few complaints too, didn't he? Kept about the low ones.
Right, yeah, he said I complained.
But the body punching got him in the end.
It wore him down eventually, but as I say, you know, I never got the chance to get close to him, and it was very difficult to get the punches on. So it was a matter of working very hard, Harry.
Right, great performance, Barry, well done.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you coming over
Not at all.
to Belfast.
That's my pleasure.
Thanks,
well done.
Thanks very much.